Hi guys, thank you for tuning in to the Family First Life Emerald City YouTube channel. I am Brittany Fontana, and I have the honor and pleasure to not only be hosting with the agency owner, but we're also going to get to know our agency owner, Brad Allan, a little bit more. So thank you, Brad, for
Thanks
coming
for
in
having
today.
me. I love doing these things with you. This is like the best part of my week when I get to sit down and do these. So
We get to do our YouTube channel.
yeah,
I love it.
It's fun stuff.
Thank you. So, Brad.
Yeah.
Your wife, Patty, and you were over the other night for dinner.
Yep.
And we were discussing just our stories
Right.
and things we've gone through.
Yeah.
And you shared a story that baffled my fiance and I. We were like, wait, Brad Allan did what? Hold on.
Yep.
So I think it's super important because we all know, again, you're a Hall of Famer, you're a top producer, you're just anomaly here at Family First Life, and we all just are mesmerized by you and your work ethic. So it's a little intimidating, right? Brad Allan, we all know, can be intimidating. We're all scared to talk to him.
I definitely intimidate myself.
Yes. So
true.
I think hearing this story just makes you, again, so relatable, and just you remember Brad Allan's a person. So I think hearing this story is going to be huge for our channel, for our YouTubers, for any new agents or anyone who's thinking about coming on. Knowing that your agency owner is just a human and someone with the biggest heart, I think is great for everyone to hear. So Brad, refresh us on that lovely story you told.
Well, so we were just having dinner and it's like, so have you always done this? It's like, no, I started with Family First Life, it'll be 4 years this summer.
Wow.
So I'll turn 60 this summer. So I sold my first policy to anybody when I was like 2 weeks from turning 56. So I didn't get an early start, but I was blue collar when I was younger. I worked in restaurants, and then in the summertime in 1980, I went up to Ketchikan, Alaska. I was a commercial fisherman for 3 summers in a row. And when you're on a purse seiner, we were on a purse seiner. If you caught 100,000 fish in a year, which was a summer, 3 months, you would put a broom on the mast, right? So anybody sporting a broom, you knew that they had caught 100,000 fish.
That was the red coat.
Yeah,
for them.
Yeah, that was basically Hall of Fame. Was a broom on the mast, right? So it was really hard to catch 100,000 fish, and predominantly pink salmon, but. You woke up at dark 30, kind of like I do now.
Yeah.
But then different back then, I was screamed at all day in the middle of the ocean, like far from where, you can't phone a friend. And you worked 20 hours and you just nonstop physical work and dangerous work. So when things get hard, people are like, this is hard. Or even myself, like, oh, this is really hard. That's, find your better hard. That's my better hard. Nobody's screaming at me, calling me names. I don't think I'm going to drown in the ocean while I'm doing this. So it's, it's not that bad.
No.
Yeah. And perspective.
And I think that's huge too, because, hearing that you had to go through that, and Brad went into, great detail at, the story he was telling my fiance and I at the time for dinner, went into great detail. And I just never realized how hard Brad had to work for that job. I never, I watched the Discovery Channel and watched the fishermen do all that. And I was like, oh, that's so insane. But to know someone sitting at my table had gone through that. And I was like, oh my gosh, you are just a human. You've had to go through things to find your path here. Because it's so easy for us to think, okay, someone ended up here. They've had experience, especially with Brad's status. But to know that you started literally from the ground up, I think is just a story everyone needs to know, because again, we tell this time and time again, anyone can do this. And we mean that, there's certain traits and things that you need to have to be able to push through this industry, I think, for sure.
Yeah.
But to know your story, I think is just incredible.
When I was 19, we caught 10,000 fish in one haul, which that's a lot of fish, right? If you don't get them in the boat, they're going to, drown, and, a drowned fish sinks. And then, you're either going to let them go and lose the money for catching the fish, or you're going to go down with them. So it was pretty exciting and terrifying at the same time. But my take, there's 6 of us. I made $1,000 in 1 hour when I was 19. And I remember thinking to myself, that's 40 years ago.
Yeah.
That was 40 years ago. I made $1,000 in 1 hour. And I thought, I've peaked. Yeah. This is it.
This is it, guys.
I mean, it's like all downhill from here. There's no way I'm ever going to make $1,000 in 1 hour. You just don't catch 10,000 fish every day. And now doing what we do, making that kind of money by helping families, it's so rewarding, way more rewarding than killing a bunch of fish. And
I would hope so.
I've made that kind of money in an hour many times since joining Family First Life. So, it's just kind of a full circle. It's basically work hard, pay attention, be humble, be a servant, do your best. And it's just one day.
Yeah.
If it's a great day, that's great. It's one day. And if it's a really hard day, it's just one day. Right. So, no, I love what we do. I feel like we're very blessed to be able to serve the communities that we live in the way that we do. And by helping other families, in turn, we help our own family in a pretty incredible way. So, yeah, pretty lucky.
And I think that's a really cool way to look at it and think of it like that is you're not only out there helping other families, which of course is always a great thing, but you're also helping your family by helping other families. Yeah. So again, we all win, same common theme that we hear time and time again. And I think that's just really incredible that you can kind of coordinate the two together.
Yeah.
Now, since you've done that, Brad has been the man of many hats after hearing all the stories and all the jobs he's done.
Right.
Now, how would you tie in being that fisherman on that boat to doing what you do now? How do those correlate together, would you say?
Well, so, it's hard work just pays off. I've watched people come into many different industries and that they show up with some experience. Hey, why don't we try it this way? Yeah. They don't know the environment they're walking into until they do. And that's pretty natural. But one thing that is universally true, no matter what I've done, and I've done a lot of things, is shortcuts never work. Yeah. They just don't. If you think, oh, hey, has anybody ever tried this? Of course they have. And there's no substitute for hard work. And in this industry, you can never be in trouble if you put the client first. So if every time you walk into a house or every time you walk into an appointment, if it's a virtual appointment, anytime you're setting an appointment, if you always have the mindset that I'm here to serve the people that are asking for my services, you really can't get in trouble. So like in Family First Life, our motto is the client is always first. The agent is next. And then if it's good for the agency, then we're all for it. So client, agent, agency, and no shortcuts. There's just, it can be a little intimidating when you're first getting started. And, just know that it's the same for everybody. You're not in the middle of the ocean being screamed at by some old Yugoslavian that, you're working your tail off and you don't even know if you're going to like come home tonight because you could fall off the boat and drown. It's not that. So it could be worse. And, you just have to push through that insecurity, that fear, know that it works. If I could give one gift to everyone watching this recording, would be the gift of faith.
Yeah.
If you have faith in the system, you can get faith by looking around, watching things like this, watching other podcasts, plugging into the training. Get faith in the system. It works. And have faith in yourself. You're never going to be as bad as when you first start. And you just know, everybody there, nobody gets to, skip the line.
No.
There's no shortcuts, just have faith in your ability. You get better and better and better at this with repetition and practice and experience. And just understand that you really are truly blessed to be able to go out and help families and in turn help your own. I mean, I've done a lot of stuff in my, time on this planet. And I couldn't be more thankful for Family First Life and the opportunity here, and for you, Brittany. I mean, I really do appreciate working with you. It's really nice.
I know. I agree. I think
I truly mean that.
We're a dynamic duo.
Yep.
Watch out for us, guys.
I know.
Here we come.
Yeah, and we're having fun. Hey, that's a big deal.
And I think people have to remember that. That's part of the job, I think, is still have fun. Do, obviously plug in, do your job, have that strong work ethic, that discipline. The new thing that Michael had said the other day on our huddle call, be obsessed.
Michael Sandman.
Yeah, be obsessed with things, part of this job, but also have fun and just know you're creating a legacy for so many things, for yourself, for your family, for your partner, and for your friendships. I mean, I know Brad and I are going to be friends for life. Yep. I mean, our families are now friends. So it's going to continue to get bigger and better for us. And I just want to share that to any new agents or anyone, possibly who's wanting to join or thinking about joining FFL is it really does only get better once you start. You just have to start. And I just can't stress that enough. My life has changed in the last 7 months I've been here. And I'm just so excited for the future of Emerald City, of Family First Life, of our lives together. I think it's just a huge change, and it's been a good change. And I just recommend everyone to really, really think about it and just to start, because you can't go back. Once you start, there's just no going back, because it's just all great from there.
Yeah, life is short. Have fun. We have fun here.
Yes, we do.
We do.
Watch our TikToks. You can see we have a great time.
Oh, yeah.
And then in our office. But that being said, Brad, I really just want to conclude this on, now you've talked about the two correlating together, the job that you had back when you were 19 to what you're doing now.
Yep, blue collar, white collar. Yep.
Now, that being said, since anyone could do this, I mean, is there anyone in particular, trait-wise or characteristic-wise, that you say that they would need, or this would, resonate in someone who's watching this and be like, oh, I can do this. I just heard that from Brad. I can do this. What would that be?
Just don't quit. I mean, that's really the only way you lose. The only way you can lose is if you quit. You've already won by watching this, by joining the team, plugging in, investing in yourself, believing in yourself, have faith. Ask a lot of questions. We're all here to help one another. We want you to win. We're all pulling for everyone that joins. And maybe it's not your time, maybe it is, but reach out, ask a question. But the only way you can really lose is if you quit. As long as you don't quit, you have to be consistent. You know, the more consistent you are, the quicker the results will come.
Yes.
And don't get caught up in one appointment, one day, 1 week, 1 month. It's a journey. And just know that you've already won. Act like it. Have conviction in what we do, and believe in yourself. Because we certainly believe in you. If you're brave enough to join the team and have that entrepreneurial spirit and be willing to be vulnerable and ask questions and learn, and just invest and be consistent with a positive mindset and keep your activity up, you've already won.
Yeah.
You really have. You really have. It's we're pretty blessed.
Yes, because I can say here at Emerald City, the team has your back 1,000%. You have Brad,
Absolutely.
You'll have mine, and you'll have your upline on the team. You can't lose here, because you have so many people looking out for you. At the end of the day.
Yep.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in to hear a little bit more about Brad, our agency. We're excited for the future. We're excited for any newcomers who are watching this, who decide to join after this. Welcome aboard. Thank you guys. Please don't forget to click subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to add the social media handles below as well. Thank you guys. See you next week.